Alright, I'm just making this video for anybody that is into the Mavic Mini drone as a hobby. So I recently bought some accessories to work with it. Didn't buy them all at once. I kind of just accumulated them as I could afford it. So the first, and I got them all off of Amazon basically. So the first accessory that I bought are these covers for the blades. I got the gray ones so they would match the look of the same, or at least it's pretty close to the same color as the drone itself. But you just basically cover the propeller blades when it's all folded up and put in its little cubby spot. So, and then I got the bin. I had a smaller one at first. I think I paid like, I don't know, 40-50 bucks for that case. I had a smaller one that didn't have a spot for the batteries. So I got the batteries, but it took a long time to get the batteries. It was like 6 months to a year later because I didn't get the combo package. I got the drone because it was cheaper at the time. But then I accumulated these later. And then my two most recent accessories, which one of them is attached right now, is a base for it, which adds some weight. I haven't actually flown it yet, but I've watched videos on people using it, so I'm pretty sure it should work. But the thing I just discovered, which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping to actually use them together, you can't use this platform accessory at the same time as this one. So this was also bought off Amazon. It looks like it was 3D printed. If you look close enough at it, you can see the lines. This is the second one I've actually gotten. I didn't actually use the first one. I had to send it back because when I got it, it split. Right, or basically where my finger is right there. That's where, if you look close, the way that I mean, I've done a little bit of 3D printing or watched it to kind of notice the layers. It was laid down in this orientation, which is just kind of weird because the strength of the structure is needing to be basically at 90 degrees from the way it actually got printed. So it seems like they should have, to give it the strength it needed, they should have printed it either like this, which I understand why they didn't, because it's an awkward shape. It would have probably fallen over and had a lot of, it was probably most economical for them to print it this way, but structurally it's not the best way they could have printed it for the strength of the part. It was probably just efficient for them to print it this way, so that's probably why they did it. Anyway, aside from the technical aspects of why, I basically, to give it strength, it showed up in the mail yesterday after I basically have two of them coming. So I sent the first one back and didn't want to wait, so I ordered a second one and then returned the first one. And then when the second one showed up, as of yesterday, I to make sure it doesn't split, since it was since I knew of that being a problem and it hadn't split on this one yet, I basically had some two-part epoxy resin and basically just coated it to get it some extra strength, and figured it would fill in the cracks on the so it's a little bit tacky still because it's not fully cured, but it's good enough. I'm anxious to try it out, so I didn't want to wait too much longer. But the thing I was saying is this accessory isn't compatible with this accessory because it needs to clip on and basically grip and grab the bottom edge here to the bottom of this, and this other accessory is in the way. So you're gonna have to choose whether or not you use this accessory or this accessory, but not together. So this one is I got to use with the 360 camera, which is what is sitting right here. I can show you the one that I have, also bought off of Amazon. It had the best reviews. It was like an Amazon choice and it was the cheapest one that I could find for, it was still like $300, but it was not a $400 or $500 camera. So anyway, the app interface works pretty well. One of the things I had to figure out in the settings, which was kind of a pain, was to, this thing has onboard storage. There's no micro USB or anything like that. So to use it, once it fills up, you're gonna have to figure out how to erase the files. And I think the default in the settings was to copy the files. So I kept trying to move them over to my phone, and it would just copy them every time I synced the camera to the phone app, and it wouldn't work, or wouldn't delete them. So as soon as I filled up, I was like, all right, I have to figure out what to do to actually delete them. So in the settings, you can make sure it's toggled to move and not just copy, because it won't delete them if you try to move them. So it'll just take a copy. Anyway, it's like one of those subtle things. Some people might know that already, but it's a big deal once you get your camera full. So, and the record time is about 30, I think it's 32 minutes or something, but it keeps wanting to cut my videos short at, like, I think the longest one it's let me record is like 3 minutes, but most of the videos have only wanted to record about 1 minute, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and it keeps wanting to disconnect, at least while I'm moving it around. Like, I have this attached to my my hoverboard, and I don't know if it keeps disconnecting because the connection is bad. It connects via Wi-Fi, but anyway, I have to keep playing with the settings to try and figure out how to record longer and to have it. But the last camera I had a trouble staying connected to the that was the Gear 360 that I had. Haven't been able to find it since I moved, but that also has been having some issues staying connected, which is also using Wi-Fi. Different address or whatever, obviously. But anyway, that's a little bit about that camera. So I'm happy with it for the most part. The quality is, I'd say, better than the 360. Can shoot up to 4K, which in a 360 view isn't as high definition as it would be like looking at your traditional, steady window, what is it, like 9 by 16 ratio window. Basically a photo that doesn't pan has a lot more pixel density on a 4K than it does for a 360 camera, which most people, if you researched it, you probably know that. But for me, who's just kind of starting out as a hobbyist, just kind of figured that out. So to get something that looks about as quality with a 360 camera as what a 4K still camera would look like, you probably need, I'd guess, probably at least 8K, if not more than that. So it doesn't look HD equivalent of like a regular camera, but it looks good enough, clearer than when I uploaded it to YouTube. It seemed like it lost some of its quality. The best viewing I've seen so far is to view it through the app. And when I uploaded it, it seemed like it was not as clear for some reason. So could be just some settings things, or some camera stuff. So there's a lot of settings features. Since I'm still learning about it, I'm not super familiar yet. But anyway, those are my thoughts as of right now. I've had it for I want to say 2 weeks. Probably used it, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days worth. I took it to the beach on a weekend, like 2 weekends ago. Rode it around with my hoverboard, took some videos and stills. So can't upload to Instagram as of right now. And you can upload to YouTube and I think Twitch. I don't have a Twitch account, so it's irrelevant to me. But anyway, YouTube is the most relevant one that I know of. And so yeah, I don't know, from my own personal experience, how yet to connect the drone and my 360 camera because they both have separate apps, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fly the drone app and have the 360 camera open and running in the background, especially if the camera is only recording a couple minutes, to be able to have it record, like hit start and record and get the drone app up and running at the same time and be able to fly it, you know, in that 3-minute window seems kind of complicated. So we'll see how it goes. That's my biggest concern at the moment. These are just kind of my initial thoughts right now. So anyway, sorry this video is kind of long, but I was trying to cover my bases. So anyway, that's it for right now.